Thank you very much for clicking this video. It's me again, teacher Adah Jules of 5-1 Talk. Hi teachers, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm teacher Adah Jules and I post videos about 5-1 Talk. So if you want to know more about the company, just click the subscribe button below and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post new videos. Yeah, alright. So today's video is a collaboration with 5-1 Talk. Yay! If you want to know more about your bookings, if you want to know how to improve your bookings, and if you want to know why your bookings are low, stay tuned because this video is for you. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a video collaboration with 5-1 Talk because they're the ones who made the slide for me. Later on, we're going to know more about your bookings. So we're going to talk about that now. So teachers, if you want to know more about your bookings, if you want to know how to improve your bookings, and if you want to know why your bookings are low, stay tuned because this video is for you. So without further ado, we're gonna start the video. 5-1 Talk is proud to release the much awaited teaching improvement tool. Yay! Teachers, this is very helpful because this will allow us to take ownership of our performance, help identify the areas of improvement, and track our success indicators in the platform. This tool will help teachers better integrate into 5-1 Talk platform, grow continuously, get more classes, and our most favorite, to earn more money in the process. Alright, so maybe you're wondering, how is this going to help me with my bookings? First, we can now understand how lessons are being booked by the students and the indicators that affect it. All relevant indicators will be combined into a teacher performance rating, which indicates the teacher's overall performance on 5-1 Talk platform. Lastly, the score of each indicator and the methods of improvement will be listed one by one for the teacher's convenience. So this is how our My Page looks. Look at the right side of your My Page and you will see the Teaching Improvement tool. It's above the H5 logo. There is also another way of opening this. You can also go to lighting.51talk.com. So if you open the Teaching Improvement tool, you will see this. So we have 7 tool navigation. First is the introduction. Next is the indicator, the frequently asked questions, performance dashboard, appointment diagnosis, excellent profile collections, and the open guide. Okay teachers, so if you head to your performance dashboard, the first thing that you will notice is our service score. So this teacher's current overall score is 97.5. Wow! Alright, so let's talk about service scores first. The base score for new teachers under 3 months in the platform is 72.3. And for those teachers who have been in the platform for more than 3 months, our base score is 70.3. Maybe you're wondering, why do new teachers have +2 points? So yes, they do have +2 points because that's a bonus from the platform since they don't have favorites yet. History score, and in here we will see the history score. It shows your score from the previous days, and the score refreshes at 7:00 a.m. daily. As you see, there are red and blue indicators. So the status in blue indicates the good points, and the status in red indicates what needs to be improved. Okay, teachers, and if you look at the right side of your service score, you will see there are 4 categories. We have training, activeness, attendance, and the effect. Under these 4 categories are 16 indicators. Yes, that's right, 16 indicators. And if you want to know more about these, keep on watching because we're going to talk about all of these later. So each category has corresponding points which a teacher can gain or lose depending on how he or she performs in the platform. You have to be H5 trained and certified for you to get an additional 0.5. And if you're a JK12 certified teacher, you will have another 0.5. And of course, this is the latest upscale training of 5-1 Talk. If you are an SK12 trained and certified teacher, you will have an additional 0.5. And the most important, if you finish your TESOL or the TESOL training, you will have an addition of 1 point. So a total of 2.5 points if you complete all of these. So that's your base score for the training. And let's head to the next category. We have activeness. So as you see, there are 3 indicators. The first one is average days of opening slots in advance. So if you open your teaching slots 14 days in advance, you can get higher chances of getting booked because you will have additional points for that. Look at our indicator here. So this teacher opens 10.9 days ahead, and that means it's the average score, so no deduction and addition to the points. If you open 0 to 6 days in advance, you will get a deduction of 1.5, and just the same with 6 to 10, 10 to 14, and 14 days ahead. So if you open 14 days in advance, you will have plus 0.5. So that's for the average days of opening slots in advance. So for weekday peak hour lessons, you have to open more than 45 slots during weekdays from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. to get 1.5 points. You can get plus 3 points if you open more than 55 during weekday peak hours. So as you see, this teacher opens 59 weekday peak hour lessons. So that's just from Mondays to Fridays. So 59 all in all. So that means she got additional 3 points. So the average is 35 to 45 peak hour lessons. So you will not be deducted or get an additional points if you open 35 to 45 weekday peak hour lessons because that's the average. As you see, that's 0. So this teacher opened 59 weekday peak hour lessons, so that means she got plus 3 points. Wow, that's already big. It's like finishing 3 TESOL trainings. Now let's head to our third category, the attendance. So teachers, you will know why notified absence is better than non-notified absences. So the first one we have there, notified absence records. You have to be reliable to avoid 0.5 deduction. If you incur 1 notified absence, you will get a deduction of 0.5. If you have 2 notified absences, that means you have a deduction of 1 point. Char, mathematician ka girl. Self-tag absences are notified absences. Unnotified absences are the absolute absences. So you have to report at least 2 hours before the lesson time to avoid 1 point deduction. Yes, and of course, you'll also get lesser penalty if you notify the lesson support or if you tag yourself as absent. So for non-notified absences, you will be deducted 1 point. And of course, the deduction will be doubled if you get another non-notified absence. Next, late. Oh, late record. You have to be in the AC room at least 3 minutes before the lesson time to avoid, 0.1 lang yan, pero it affects our base score. It affects our service score. So you can avoid 0.1 deduction if you enter the room earlier. So of course, if you have 3 or 5 lates, so if you have 5 lates na, that means 0.5 ng deduction. Char! Mathematician talaga. The last indicator for the attendance category, we have the leave early. Of course, you all know that we have to conduct 25-minute class. So you have to end the lesson on time at the 25th minute to avoid 0.1 deduction. So keep a perfect attendance to avoid 1.7 points deduction or more. The last category is the effect. So we have 5 indicators for this. First is the complaints. Of course, you have to follow 5-1 Talk teaching standards to avoid getting complaints. 1 complaint is equivalent to 1 point deduction. Oy, masakit na yan. Para ka lang hindi nag-diesel niyan. Okay, anyway. Look, next is the positive feedback records. Always provide quality lessons to receive more positive feedback from your students. Get more than 70 positive feedback from your students to have an additional 11 points. So as you see, that's the highest you can go, 70. If the average score for this is none. If you have 8 to 16 positive feedbacks, you will have an additional 1 point. And 16 to 30, that's an additional 2 points. 30 to 50, additional 5 points. 50 to 70, additional 8 points. And 70 or more, additional 11 points. That's the highest point you can get for the positive feedback. Also, the positive feedback rate refers to the number of positive feedback you received from your students in the past 30 days. You can get an additional 0.5 if your positive rate feedback is higher than 0.95. So, for this teacher, she got 0.9257. So, her score is in the average score. Next one is the newly added favorite. Refers to the number of Newly added favorite refers to the number of students who have added you in their favorite list for the past 15 days. You can have more than 23 favorites to get an additional 2.2 points for this one. That's the highest you can get for the newly added favorites. So for the total valid favorites, why do we have valid and invalid favorites? The valid favorites are from the valid students who added you in their favorite list. Account has balance and can still book more classes in the future. So as you see, there's in the lesson history, you can see their message to IS. So when you see that, that means the contract of this student is about to end. You have to send a message to the IS to help encourage the student to renew his or her contract with 5-1 Talk. Get more than 500 valid favorites to earn an additional 6 points. So for this category, if you do your best, if you always give your best in every lesson, you can get an additional 19.7 points on your base score. Be on the loop for more updates about 5-1 Talk's teaching improvement tool. Visit your My page for more details. And that's it for today's video, teachers. I hope you somehow find it useful and I hope you learned something from this video. And if you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And you can also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post new videos, especially about 5-1 Talk. So teachers, that's it. And if you haven't watched my latest video, you can also watch it. It's just right here. There you go. I talked about how students book us, and yes, if you want to know more, teachers, if you have more questions, if you have more concerns about this video, just leave a comment below and I will do my best to reply to all your messages, whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook, Skype, or Instagram. If you want to follow me on my social media accounts, you can add me as your friend on Facebook. I have an Instagram account, and of course, I can be silly on TikTok. So thank you very much for watching this video, teachers. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. See you on my next vlog. Bye!